Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is part 2 of do's and don'ts. This part is about eyes and lips. If you didn't watch the first one, you should go back, check that one out so you can see kind of how we got from here to here skin wise. Yeah, keep watching and we'll go over a smoky eye, do's and don'ts, and lips. Okay, getting started on part 2 of do's and don'ts. I'm going in with a transition shade Beach from Kylie's Burgundy palette. On the don't side, we're gonna start with Faith as my transition shade. It's a little dark. For don't side, if you're using those like little tools that come with the eyeshadow palette, sometimes you're never going to be able to blend like you will be able to with a brush. I mean, just this here, it's like, this is still using a brush, but like harsh pressure. This was very soft, very light shade, and there's just like an ombre. Next, we're going in with Lockout on the dark side, and I'm just kind of using too much pressure. Lots of product. See this? That's gross. Also, that's gross. It's all gross. On the do side, I'm going in with the Faith. I'm going to be using very little and only in the outer corner. Alright, you can always stack color here, but you can't take it away. Right, we're going to grab just a touch of this dark, and this will be the darkest shade on this eye.
I thought it was important to note that I went back over it with my transition shade and stacked more color, and then went back with transition and blended it out.
And if the don't side was not bad enough, we're going to go in with the ultimate darkest shade, Blackout. I'm going to just shove it in there. Nice. Since this is a smoky eye, we're going to use our second to darkest shade, so I'm going to use Faith, and I'm just going on the outer parts of my lower lash line. A big don't, so we're going to use the darkest of the dark, black, and we're going to use it across the whole lower lash line. I will say the amount of creasing from no setting powder, I mean, you can just see where I just touched my face. Like, that's because I did not prime and did not set. Watch my last video if you don't know what I'm talking about. This fallout is horrible. Okay, on the do side, I am going to go in the shade Nude, which is a matte shade. It's going to be the lightest color on my eye. On the don't side, I'm going in with a shimmer that is too light, and let's just see how that goes. I'm going to use a fluffier brush. Alright, I didn't put any more product on this brush. It's just my transition shade brush, just to blend out this natural matte shade into the smoky eye. The don't side, I'm gonna go with a more heavier brush with the very, very bright shimmer. As if this wasn't bad enough, I'm going in with this shimmer from the Nubian palette by Juvia's Place. Now, this shimmer can be used for good. Here it is used for evil.
Just so you know, it's really obvious if you cut your crease with shimmer. Please don't do this.
We have to highlight under the brow. We have to. We just really want to highlight all of those hairs that I didn't pluck. That's what highlight is for. I do like an inner eye highlight. Just nothing this dramatic. Pulled into all of the eye. If you watched my last video, I did the pink opal from the Alchemist Holographic palette from Kat Von D, and I'm just going to take a touch of that on this brush, and as I did here, I'm going to do here. It's still a dramatic inner eye, but it's way more subtle than this lightning beam shooting out here. Also, this blending job is just giving me anxiety. Okay, liner. I'm going to go in with this as my like tracer. This is Maybelline's Master Precise All Day, and I'm going to go over it with E.l.f. liquid liner. On this side, I'm just going to do the liquid liner first, just kind of winging it, and it'll probably be thicker to be a big don't, and then I'm gonna do all the way underneath. Over here, I'm not gonna do an under eye liner.
In the last tutorial, I said how I would do a part 3 on nose contour. I think I'll also add a more in-depth tutorial on liner. Sad to say, but it's mainly just practice and trial and error.
Alright, mascara. Going in, I made sure to clean everything off my face on this side. On this side, I still had product. It's kind of still cakey. It's still pretty thick from not thoroughly taking it off. So it's probably gonna be clumpy over here.
Like I was saying, if you don't start with that clean slate, your lashes are just gonna look clumpier and clumpier. So take your time removing your makeup at night, getting all of that product off. And once you have this clean slate, take your time doing your lashes. Your lashes will look 10 times better, especially if you're adding false lashes.
Okay, I have no idea what happened, but I thought that I just lost all of my part 2 eye makeup. And I went to my videos and it wasn't there. And I was ready to start taking off makeup and start redoing it. And I was furious, but it's there. We are good. Okay, lashes. I'm not going to put them on, but I will discuss it. Do's and don'ts. Cut them. I know that so many people rarely wear lashes. That's fine. But don't be scared to cut them. If it doesn't fit your eye, it doesn't fit your eye. They're so long, some of them are way too long for anybody's face. So cut them. If anything, cut them in half. Only put it on the outer half of your eye, give you some volume. It'll be way more natural looking. If it comes and it's just very, I don't know how to explain that. If it's very like perfect, that's not natural. Shake them up a little bit with, just get a toolie brush, just mess them up, look way more natural. It'll look way better for your face. A big don't is not letting it set. I always set a timer for 4 minutes. I put on the glue. If I have black liner, I use black glue. If I have no liner, I use white glue. And I put the glue on and I set a timer for 4 minutes. No, nothing less than 4 minutes. The glue needs to be tacky. People that are impatient are the ones that are going to have problems getting that glue to actually set. It needs to be tacky. You need to give it 4 minutes. I think that's it on lashes. Let's go in on some lip. For the don't side, for lips, I'm going in with a shade way too dark, and I'm going to overline. Okay, I'm going to go with a very high contrast color to go with this. Also, these shades just don't match at all. As you can see, just very rough looking, especially this upper lip. For the dew set, I'm using Melted from Too Faced, and this is in shade Chihuahua. I'm going to just go on my natural lip line. Okay, so for the inner, I'm going in with Leche from NYX Butter Gloss. Alright, we are done with the do's and don'ts, part 2. So, here we have final do side. The final don't side. So, as you see, I used way more product over here, and yet without setting, without priming, all of this just looks cakier. You can literally see through this makeup and like every pore. This is nasty. It's real nasty. Over here, very clean. Alright, between eyes and lips, I hope that I helped that maybe learn something new. If you haven't watched the face do's and don'ts video that was just before this, go to my channel, check it out. We review everything that happened skin-wise to get where we are now. Don't forget to subscribe and let me know what you think.